All right, so this time we actually have an audience. So thank you so much, audience. Please react accordingly so that we get a lot of encouragement. But this is our wonderful cast. We're going to be reading A Christmas Vacation. Very, very exciting. I'll introduce everyone at the end of it, but we'll go through the script, and we're just going to have fun. This is all just going to have fun, and we're going to end up breaking each other during the thing. So it's like we always do, and we'll make fun of each other, and that's just how it is. So it's just loosey goosey, just have fun. But of course, like everything else, Matt can't start anything without some music. So let's get some music in here. All right, it's Christmas Vacation. We see Clark driving. His wife, Helen is next to him. His 14-year-old daughter, Audrey, and 12-year-old son, Rusty, are in the back seat. Ellen is looking out the window. Rusty and Audrey are looking out their windows. Clark is clearing his throat and half closes his eyes as he continues singing and finishes in a deep, majestic voice.
Oh, come let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
Dad, can you explain again what we're doing?
Hold on. Sorry. Let's do it. The script. I think Helen.
Yeah, let's do the script.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Ellen says, "Oh, Clark, that was beautiful," and then he goes right into Deck the Halls.
Yeah.
And then he asks Rusty to sing with. Okay. All right. Do that again. Just you don't have to do the deep voice, Mark, but just go. We'll take it from Jen's line of "That was beautiful, Clark," or whatever.
That was beautiful, Clark.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don now our gay apparel. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Take it away, Rusty.
Dad, can you explain again what we're doing?
We're kicking off our fun old-fashioned family Christmas by heading out into the country in the old front-wheel drive sleigh to embrace the frosty majesty of the winter landscape and select the most important Christmas of symbols.
Audrey leans forward in her seat.
We're not driving all the way out here so you can get one of those stupid ties with Santa Claus on it, are we?
Nope. I have one of those at home. What we're looking for today is the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Clark smiles proudly as a pickup truck pulls behind the Taurus.
Is it much farther, Clark?
Nah, maybe 3-4 more songs and we'll be there.
Oh no.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Pickup truck starts to grab the mirror.
What's the matter?
Some jackass is riding my tail.
Helen and the kids look behind him. The pickup horn blows.
Slow down and let him pass.
Clark slows down. The pickup truck pulls around him. Clark blasts his horn and sneers at the pickup, pulls past him.
Clark! Don't provoke them.
Hey, kids, look, a deer.
He looks at Helen and chuckles, proud of himself. He turns back from Helen and gasps. He stomps on the brakes. The pickup truck jams its brakes. Taurus rides up close. Kids jerk forward. Helen is hurled forward. Clark grits his teeth and nearly bends the wheel over. The farm boys look at the rear window laughing. They pull away. He's angry and committed to escalating the conflict. He hits the gas. The Taurus squeals out, hot after the truck. Ellen barks at Clark.
Slow down!
I want to ride behind somebody who's going to do something like that. I'm going to get around him and leave him safely behind us. I'm going to burn some dust here. Eat my rubber.
Dad, I think the expression is burn rubber and eat my dust.
Yep. And I hope they're hungry.
Taurus pulls around the pickup and passes it. Clark smiles and waves up the pickup.
Eat my road grit, liver lips.
A pair of inbred Fred young sheep bangers and gnarled old man at the wheel. This is literally what the script says. As the Taurus passes, they are dressed in flannel shirts and dirty quilted nylon hunting jackets. Ellen shrinks down in her seat. Clark waves arrogantly. The Taurus pulls around in front of the pickup truck. A semi-hauler load of timber has pulling behind him of the pickup truck. Clark smiles with satisfaction.
That's enough of that. Anyway, kids, speaking of Christmas trees, can one of you tell me what kind of tree was the first displayed at the White House?
The pickup pulls along Clark. Helen and the kids notice. Clark doesn't.
Dad, they're back.
The pickup pulls in front of the Taurus. The semi is behind the Taurus. The semi pulls past the Taurus. Clark watches as the Taurus passes him again.
Clark, stop it! I don't want to spend the holidays dead.
Looks at Helen as the semi pulls up along the Taurus.
Don't worry about it, honey.
Clark returns his eyes to the road, hits the signal, and pulls out. Rusty, Helen, and Audrey scream. He sees he is pulling into the truck. His eyes pop out as he shrieks. The old man looks at the rearview mirror and does a take. He whips around his two boys around, look around the back window. The semi returns to the proper lane. There's no Taurus. The two boys exchange a bewildered look. The Taurus is trapped between the front and back wheels of a high clearance trailer running at high speed. Mud and road salt from the front trailer windows is peppering the car. The family is silent with shock. Clark's full sweat as he struggles to maintain the exact speed of the truck to avoid being caught in the rear tires.
We're all right. Thank God we're all right.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
Do you honestly think I don't know that?
Come on, you guys, don't fight.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I didn't do this on purpose.
The truck barrels along with the Taurus beneath it. Clark is manically focused on controlling the car. Helen and the kids are praying.
Forgive us our sins.
Is lying about why you got home so late a sin?
Just keep praying.
Is it? I have to know.
Yes.
Forgive me for saying I was at Cassandra Reed's when I was really with Sam Marley under the rail ridge in town.
Did you know about that, Ellen?
Obviously not.
Isn't that the kid who picked up for sacrificing June bugs in the cemetery?
This was before that.
What religion are we again?
Our Lady of Jesus, we're about to get crushed by a truck.
Takes a deep breath, clenches the wheel tightly, and jerks it sharply to the right. The Taurus pops out beneath the semi onto opposing lanes. Clark breathes a sigh of relief and turns his wipers. Just ahead, a snowplow is pulled over to the shoulder directly in lane of the upcoming Taurus. The Taurus hurls off the road and disappears. It's silent, peaceful and tranquil, a virgin snow field. A long beat, and the Taurus burst out of the snowbank into camera. The Taurus returns to the road, crossing the lane, then right off the road. A large permanent wood sign festoons with colored lights reading Jolly Jerry's Saw and Save Christmas Tree Ranch. The Taurus blasts past the sign and into the makeshift parking lot, siding sideways into the parking space. The family is frozen. Clark pulls the Taurus in the park and turns off the engine. He looks at his watch.
Hey, we made a pretty good time.
Family stumbles across the frozen earth between the rows of fir trees, shivering, cursing, grousing. We find Clark, Ellen, Audrey, and Rusty trudging through the snow. The family has a very hard go at the deep snow. Clark pays it no mind.
Is this air fresh or what? Take a deep breath. Notice that smell?
Oh, but pine sol.
And isn't that a Christmassy smell?
Can we pick out a tree while we smell? It's awfully cold.
My toes are numb.
There's a nice one over there.
The bottom's all dead, hun. A deer probably lifted his leg on it.
Dad, can they invent Christmas tree lots so people wouldn't have to drive all the way out into the middle of nowhere and waste a whole Saturday?
They invented them, Russ, because people forgot how to have a fun, old-fashioned family Christmas and are satisfied with scrawny, dead, overpriced trees that have no special meaning. You know, kids, this is what our forefathers did.
I can't feel my legs.
They went out in the woods, picked out that special tree, and cut it down with their bare hands.
Mom, I can't feel my hips.
Clark,
Yeah, honey?
Audrey's frozen from the waist down.
That's all part of the experience.
He scans the forest. Something catches his eye. He spotted a special tree. A chorus of angels fades in.
There it is.
Clark points at the family, turns to see what he's pointing at. A perfectly shaped Norway pine. A long bead, and Clark strolls into frame. We realize the tree is 20 feet tall.
Griswold family Christmas tree.
From the top of the tree down, Clark looks and admires the tree. The family gathers around it.
Clark, isn't it a little big?
It's not that big. It's just full.
Dad, that tree wouldn't fit in our yard.
It's not going in the yard, Russ. It's going in the living room.
Clark puts his arm around Ellen and Audrey. Ellen pulls Rusty into the family embrace.
Just look at it.
It really is beautiful, Clark.
It's something else, huh, Russ?
Yeah, Dad.
Audrey, isn't it a beaut?
She'll see it later, honey. Her eyes are frozen shut.
The most enduring traditions of the season are best enjoyed in the warm embrace of kith and kin. The tree, the thimble, the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
Dad, did you bring a saw?
He realizes his mistake, but he doesn't care to admit it.
Sit.
A rotting double wide serves as an office and residence of Jolly Jerry. Family stands at the door. It opens. It opens on a sour-looking middle-aged man smoking a cigarette and wearing a dirty Santa hat. What?
I hate to trouble you, but I did bring a saw.
Rules say buyer provides own saw. Points at a painted sign on the trailer. A painted sign of black lettering and white. It reads, buyer pay in advance. Buyer don't use the ranch as a bathroom. Buyer don't cut down more trees than he paid for. Buyer provides own damn saw.
I paid $75 for the tree. I need some way to get it out of the ground.
You paid that much for a tree?
Honey, it's huge. It's cold. The holidays are here. I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out. Sometimes you just have to ask nice.
The man holds up a shovel. Okay, highway. Clark is in the front passenger seat. He's frozen blue, clutching a shovel. The shot widens to reveal Ellen and the kids. They are blue. We continue widen until we see the car, an enormous tree tied to the roof. Car pulls ahead and overtakes the camera. We see a full-length tree, branches bound with heavy twine and a huge root ball. Griswold house, a fine upper middle class dwelling. The lights are on. The Taurus is in the driveway. A giant tree is resting on its root ball in the front yard. Rusty and a couple of neighbor kids are standing in the driveway and looking at the tree. Inside the garage, a chainsaw starts up. On this drone horror music fade in. An electric door opens. Clark steps out of the dark wearing a hockey mask and brandishing the chainsaw. Next door, a couple in the mid-30s is getting out of their Saab, parked in the driveway of the house next to the Griswolds. It's a handsome, successful, modern suburban professionals, Margo and Todd. They look at the Griswolds, wincing at the roar of the chainsaw. Margo crosses around to Todd to stand at his side.
Looks like Toad overestimated the height of his living room ceiling.
The giant tree is laying in the front yard, still bound by twine. Clark takes the chainsaw, cuts it in half. Todd wearing a cocky grin.
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big?